What does $25,000 buy you on the open ocean? It buys you a balcony, a pillowcase, and a corpse 3 decks below. The MV Hondius sold berths. Polar luxury, expedition prestige, the kind of trip you wire your savings for. And somewhere in that floating 5-star machine, a passenger was already dead. But the ship kept sailing. The first passenger died on April 11, 2026. And Rémi Bouysset, CEO of Oceanwide Expeditions, did not bar that vessel from port until May 4. 23 days of ticket revenue, of dining service, of expedition briefings, while a body was in the hold. The calendar was the weapon. Right now, 149 people from 23 nationalities are locked in their cabins. They paid for Antarctica. They got a quarantine cell with an ocean view. These are not statistics. They are engineers, teachers, retirees who wired their life savings for one trip. Trapped. And it gets worse. 2 crew members are in urgent need of respiratory care as of today. Not passengers, the people running the ship. The staff keeping this vessel operational are now the ones fighting to breathe. Nobody told the people boarding in March that this was the risk model. Nobody asked them. This was not a tragedy that ambushed a corporation. It was a 23-day commercial decision. What does a sealed ship full of sick passengers actually generate? $2,050,000. That is the estimated revenue Oceanwide Expeditions pulled from this single voyage. Not a charity run, not a research mission, a revenue event with a body count attached. Follow the money, it never lies. But here is what they sold you alongside the ticket. The MV Hondius, registered as the world's first polar class 6-passenger vessel, runs a cabin air recycling system with no Level-4 high-efficiency particulate air filtration. No Level-4 HEPA. That means the air moving through every cabin, every corridor, every shared breath on that ship was not filtered to contain an airborne biological threat. The engineering was the trap, and the threat had a name. The pathogen identified on board is Hantavirus, a virus capable of human-to-human transmission. Not a stomach bug, not seasickness, a virus that causes internal bleeding circulating through an unfiltered air system across 149 people locked in their cabins. The ship was the vector. So, when did Oceanwide Expeditions tell anyone? Rémi Bousset's company was informed of a second fatality over a week before they went public. They sat on that knowledge until May 4th. 8 days of silence while the world thought the ship was safe. The silence was a business decision. This is not a systems failure. This is a money-making machine with a notification delay built in. A polar-class vessel, no adequate air filtration, a pathogen capable of spreading between humans. 23 days of commercial operation. The machine ran exactly as designed. The price of a ticket shouldn't include a body bag. 3 people did not make it home. A Dutch passenger died on April 11. His wife died on April 27, not on the ship, but during her flight home. Then a German passenger died on May 2nd. 3 deaths, 1 voyage. But death was not the only exit. That same day, a British passenger was winched off the deck and airlifted to Johannesburg in critical condition. 2 crises in 24 hours. And the ship still kept its schedule. 149 others are still waiting for theirs. So, where do you dock a plague ship? Cape Verde had the answer on May 4th. Denied. The government looked at the MV Hondius and closed its ports. No negotiation, no humanitarian corridor. A sovereign nation looked at Rémi Bousset's revenue machine and said, "Not here." The ship had nowhere to go. Then Spain blinked. On May 5th, Spain authorized docking in the Canary Islands, one nation willing to absorb what 23 days of commercial silence had built. The Canary Islands, a tourist archipelago, a place where ordinary people take their holidays. That is where the 23-day decision landed. Watch as the MV Hondius drifts toward the Canary Islands under Spanish escort. The pillowcase is still waving. Nobody came. If a corporation can run a vessel for 23 days on a dead man's calendar, it can do it again. Subscribe to Leviathan Files. We follow the ships they hope you forget.